I was a salesperson first and then was forced to figure out how to do marketing based on a scenario that I ran into, which is I built my clientele up, but we were overly reliant on one of the gyms that provided us leads. And then we lost that lead source and was told it's because we don't know how to market. And that was a blessing in disguise because what that did was it made me realize in order to sell more, I need to understand how to market and get people on the chairs because I already knew how to sell. And then once I did that, everything became a whole lot easier because then I controlled the entire pipeline when people came in. How do we just get more sales? I mean, at the end of the day, that's what all our clients reach out to my company for is they're not saying, how do I just get more leads? What they really mean is how do I get more sales?
Right. Well, because if your marketing isn't turning into dollars in your business, then it's kind of not serving the full purpose.
Exactly.
And so you kind of have to have that whole pipeline of from the marketing side of how do we let people know about us
Yep.
to how do we actually get them to pay us for things.
But there's kind of the how do I do that? And I think to so many people, sales just feels like so icky, right? They
Sure.
hear the word and they're just all of a sudden like they have the image of the used car salesman in
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
mind, and they're like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's what we want to talk about. Before we dive into that, though, I remember I was talking to you once, Greg, and you were telling me, I'd love for you to tell us about your first sale because I think it's um, like watching you interact with people now and the
Yeah.
way that you like know how to market, know how to sell, and just know how to build relationships. It's like so fun to watch you. And when you told me that story about your first sale, I was like, that's not the same person. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Um, and so I love people to hear that, so it can give a little bit of insight into like this is a skill that anyone that can develop, even if it's a little bit different for them.